Hello, and welcome to the second devlog of the series. Today I'd like to talk about some of the general issues we've been having with the UI, and go over how we fixed them. First, we've got the event queue. I've been working on this outside of the devlogs way before we started doing this entire UI update. But now, it's time for a revamp. All the UI pieces, except for one, has been supplied to us by a UI designer. This process was fairly short, seeing as I had already done most of the work, and all I had to do was rename a few variables and everything was done. On your screen right now is a sped up version of me creating some test data. This is used for, as you can see in the video a little bit later, checking that everything was set up correctly. I did, however, notice that in my process of turning on Rojo, which is the software we use to get the code from Visual Studio Code over to Roblox, I had accidentally deleted the change that I made to the UI. Now going back, I tested that the UI worked, and it did. Going right back into the Leaderstats. So in the last video, I made what I would be calling a functional and pretty well functioning leaderboard. But for some reason I decided to forget to insert animations and sounds into that UI. This is a short segment, like the previous one, but it was part of the development, so I included it. Now that the leader stats were done, I was getting a little bit annoyed by the tutorial playing even though I told it to stop. The clicking sound that comes from writing every single letter annoyed me. So I stopped it. Like this. And so it was done. No more clickety-clackety. Brilliant. One variable. That's what it takes to break code. Well, moving on to the major part of this video, the Healthbar. Now, designing and coding this UI took longer than I want to show on a video. You'd have to be sitting here for 3 hours. So, I have condensed it down into, let's say, 2 different kinds of videos. The one you're watching right now, I'll go over the points, the bullet points, and tell you what I felt was the important parts of the creation process. If you wish to just watch the entire thing at 1600 times speed, that thing will be uploaded simultaneously as this one, and the link will be in the description. An important part of the UI is, of course, the UI. Congratulations, a medal has been awarded to May. So, in the beginning, I was following this image on the screen to try and match it as closely as possible. I'll jump a little bit around so you can see just about how it looks at the end. After a while of playing around with this stuff, as I said in the previous video, trial and error, I end up with something that looks a lot like the image. I'm not going for 100% resemblance, just something that looks so much like it that you could mistake the two for being each other. Now after creating the UI, I have to somehow scale it up and down based on what kind of health you have. And I decided to make this a little bit more fancy than it should have been, so I added this red and green line. You'll see what it does later. And yeah, this is just a few hours of coding condensed down to a few seconds. I am not sure how my computer can handle this, but it somehow did, and I am very grateful. And here's the finished product. So currently I have a test loop setting my health to 50% or 50, and then removing 5 health 8 times, and then adding it again 12 times. This shows how it acts in different scenarios, and this shows how, unless changed by Visterius, it will work in the game. Thank you very much for watching this second devlog on our channel. Remember to subscribe, because there will be more. As I said, the link for the full development of the Healthbar is in the description. It's unlisted, so nobody can see it without the link. Once again, thank you, and enjoy.